Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me again today. It's an exciting day. The tavern is launching today. I'm hoping to get a chance to get in. It's going to be just a shot in the dark, because you got to be quick on these things, but I'm excited for it. So if you want to learn more about that, stick around. We're going to talk about taverns. If you're interested in drinking your mead, if you're not, but you're still interested in this node style project that's an NFT also, stick around. We're going to talk about that, and I'll see you in a second. Let's hop on over and check out the tavern now. We're going to do this again. I've done this on a previous video, so yeah, it's kind of a slideshow deal. But you guys let me know if you don't like it, or if you do like it, that'd be great too. Give me your thoughts. And with that, let's march on. We want to know what the tavern is. How do they design it? What are the good things? Some of the benefits. What's the difference in it and the other nodes, essentially? So, first thing is it's not a fork. The tavern is a fresh protocol. That is to say that they didn't come from another project, so they aren't a spinoff of another project. Now, this is not to say that these guys didn't come together, the devs and the team. They definitely have elements of what's already out there, the whole idea of a node as it is. Now, mind you, when I say node, these guys are an NFT. So they're not just going to be losing your liquidity when you buy that node. It's not burnt. So you can actually trade the NFT. So there's another side of this, but let's continue moving before I spoil everything that's coming. So, of course, there's still passive income. We wouldn't be here. We want our mead to drink. That's what we're getting here is some mead, and we'll see that in a second. Innovating with gamification elements is definitely a major part of this, and it's a little lighter than other projects I've seen out there. I'd say sometimes you can get off into crazy world, and it just gets complicated and insane, and you're going to lose some people. So I do like that they've got them, but they've kept them at a medium level. At least that's what I think so far. I'm invested, and I want to be involved and do a little bit more than just, I guess you could say, more than just passive income. It holds it at a good level, though, I think. So we're going to invest, but we want that investment to be sustainable. We don't want to jump into this and then a month later, you and I are no longer drinking our mead and going to visit our tavern because it's fallen through into the chasm of the earth. I don't know. So that's an important thing. We want to see how they handle sustainability and what their methods are and what they're going to do. So I note here through liquidity, we're going to look at that in a second and talk more about that. So of course, NFTs. So when I say here controlled brewery supply, there's a limited number of NFTs. That's how they're going to control both the platform, the value of the mead token. So there's a lot going on here with how they're going to handle that. The other side of this is how you guys feel if your investment is unsafe or what your thoughts are there. They have a year of locked liquidity. So that's one of the layers to this. And of course, very important, the team is KYC'd. Recent rugs or truth be told, I don't know if it was a rug. There's still a lot going on here with Elixir and not knowing what the heck happened there. But whatever it was, it stirs a discontent with the community that already was in there. I'm sure there were people there that are wanting to be in the tavern or may already be whitelisted. Anyways, the point is, it brings down a level of lower trust among people that are wanting to get into these projects. So, whatever it is that happened, these guys actually stepped up and are doing additional KYCs. I think, kind of almost a stacked approach. I believe if person A is KYC, they're going to do another KYC on that person with a different company. I believe I saw that in their Discord. They're trying to show everybody that they're doing the best they can in this environment, this node environment that we're all wanting to be involved in. But sometimes people don't feel comfortable with everything going on. So audit's also coming. That'll come before the contract actually appears. So this is today, by the way, pre-sale, public launch. You can say, I forgot what they call it, PREMINT, I think. So this is not actually the launch of the DApp. This is just the public pre-sale, which is now the pre-mint. So just realize there's a little bit of confusion there. I'll see that from other people in the Discord. Not sure of what's going on, but anyways, let's keep moving forward. So tokenomics sustainability, I hit on that briefly, but it's going to use the mead token, so we already know that. So some of the sustainment elements that they're going to have. When you sell mead, there's going to be a 10% tax. Pretty simple. That obviously reduces some of the sell pressure because people don't want to sell mead. So it's going to inherently reduce that effect that could be caused by the whales not wanting to just dump constantly. So, of course, that indirectly encourages holding. And this is just some information for, where does that go? The actual tax. So 70% of that's going to go to the rewards pool for sustainability, and 30% is going to go to the treasury. Now, also note for launch day, they're going to have a 25% tax versus the 10 in order to help also with that craziness that you always see on launch day where the token moons. And anyways, this should help reduce that. Instead of it mooning, it's still going to gain some value, but it shouldn't have those ridiculous swings you see on launch day that end up hurting a lot of tokens out there or causing additional issues. All right, so we talked about some of that tax going to the treasury. What does that mean? These guys are going to use the treasury to instill additional sustainability. So it's just another layer of sustainability they're going to have here, which is buybacks for price action. They're going to use those buybacks whenever that token value may be dropping off. They're going to use those, of course, to raise that price on the mead token. So we all enjoy the mead even more. LPs for price floor. That's a common thing nowadays. This is nothing new. So burning tokens is also one key aspect here. You don't want inflation on the token, having too many. So they're going to use this as an opportunity to burn tokens as well. And this was pretty cool. I had to wrap my head around this a little bit, but they have multiple methods of purchasing breweries. And along with that, they're going to allow you to purchase mead directly from the treasury, which is kinda cool. I think they're gonna offer potentially a little bit lower price there, maybe. So there's some cool elements there, but me directly from the treasury versus you going over to, Trader Joe, for instance, uh, is kinda interesting. I like what they're doing there with that. And then next, the LP staking. So it's we kinda mentioned that, but they're gonna give incentives for LP staking as well, which, sometimes people go, "Well, I don't wanna do LP staking because, of course, I don't want to have impermanent loss on what I put in there. So what incentive do I have? I mean, everybody earns something, right? So it's going to be mead, but it still is a always kind of a line there where you got the group of people that don't want to be exposed to it. So they're going to try to incentivize by giving you even more mead production in the initial beginning of the game or the launch. So 6% over 30 days, which ends up being 600 meat a day, and et cetera. It goes down. So that's my point is that's pretty cool. I think that's going to heavily incentivize people to hold on to meat as well because that's another sustainability element. If you trust in the meat value going up and not dropping too much and staying, then it gives you further security to put that into an LP and thus make more mead, which indirectly, of course, brings further stability and sustainability to the token and the platform. So pretty cool. Last thing. Now this was very different. I don't think I've heard of this before. Now I'm new in some sense to DeFi, so I don't know all these projects out there. There other projects could be doing this, but anyways, first time I've seen this. So LP discounts. First, today we're going to be buying these these breweries, the NFTs. We're going to buy those with USDC. Um, the mead token is also used to purchase breweries, but you can't buy the mead token right now. It's not. It's next week for launch. Different methods, and then another method, the LP discount. So you can also purchase breweries with the LP pair. I've never heard of it. It's cool. So the idea is that brings further liquidity and a floor, another method to get liquidity essentially. And they're going to give you discounts for doing that. So I think it's a cool idea. I like the thought there. I think they have some ideas to try to, y- you know, let me just add, so all these, node projects are really just figuring out what makes them sustainable because they started out crazy. I can go back to the Ring Financial back in December, I guess is when that was. Insane APYs. You can't sustain ridiculous amounts of money like that being paid back to people and expect that to stay afloat. So they're all trying to figure out their footing, trying to figure out what works to stay sustainable and still give all of us a good yield. And so this is definitely an innovative area. I like this. They're trying to find their footing and find what works. And this is a cool idea, I think. They're going to give you the discount, which indirectly, of course, you're going to go with the cheapest option, I guess is my point. And so indirectly, choosing that cheaper option still helps out the platform. All right. Spent a long time on that, so let's get over to the Brewers Guild. So, what is the Brewers Guild? It helps govern the protocol. Everyone that is an owner of a brewery is a member of the Brewers Guild. So, as soon as you own the NFT, you're a member. So, like a normal, it's, in the same sense, it's like a DAO, but this is a little different, right? So, because you own the NFT. So, normal governance with the ability to create proposals for new projects, new ideas as a community where we want the platform to go, right? However, it's not just going to be solely based on your mead balance. A lot of these are very much aligned to the whale or whales own the majority share, and so therefore they're the ones with all the power in the proposals and the votes. Okay, so this is different. Your mead balance isn't the only thing, but they also have something called Brewer's Reputation, which we're going to look at. But Brewer's Reputation, that's hard to say, brewer. Brewer's Reputation is also a major part of this. So that's going to factor into your level or your voting power. Also, part of this, there's going to be special Discord channels with whatever the Brewers Guild members have and how much they're involved in that. So big part of that, giveaways. They're gonna have giveaways. That's pretty cool. So they're gonna have some other benefits there. All right, so breweries. Now let's get to what they are. So we already know they're tradable NFTs. So you don't lose your value. You don't lose the node that you invest in. They produce mead daily. So to start with, it's 2 mead a day. We'll find out how much that's worth. So they level up over time is another key aspect. They don't stay just 2 mead a day. Now, that changes, right? So they level up by you not claiming. Okay, so level 2 just jumps it up an extra meat a day, and level 3 jumps it up an additional. So by the time you get to level 3, you're double the production at 4 meat a day. Pretty cool. Another aspect of breweries. So you see I've got that icon up here, just a basic icon. It still looks pretty cool, that image on the right here in the slide. Pretty cool idea. You've got your brewery. Well, there's going to be a different view of that. There's different styles of breweries, like literally the idea of vanity that games have nowadays. You can change the look of your brewery. And part of that is the renovations. This is the extra layer of this. And as far as I understand it reading, so you can buy additional NFTs with your mead. And those different NFTs, renovations in this case, first one can actually change your production rate to increase that. Now, there's different percentages. Depending on how much mead you spend, there might be a 5%, or this one might increase yours by an additional 10%. Efficiency. So, we haven't gotten to fermentation period yet, but there is something called a fermentation period, which is another layer of sustainability. But we'll talk about that in a second. And one of those, that efficiency NFT, it reduces your fermentation period. Vanity, as I said, pretty cool there. I really like that. So they have different skins. Hard to describe, but go take a look at their website. I'll have the links down in the description, by the way, so you can see all these and go look at the Medium articles, the docs, the website, and all that goes with it. What's next? So Brewery XP, right? They level up. Well, how does this work? Fermentation period first before we hit that is going to be 14 days, and like I said, those efficiency NFTs can lower the 14-day period. But the whole idea of the fermentation period, that's the amount of time after every claim that it takes for you to start earning XP again, essentially. So it's a 14-day period, no XP earned during this period. It helps encourage brewers to not claim, because that whole time you're not earning XP means you're not leveling. The fermentation period blocks your XP gain, and breweries earn XP when they produce mead. So that's after the fermentation period ends. So after 14 days, you start earning your XP. You get 100 XP per day. And then this whole idea of the tiered system. So you level up to tier 2 after 14 days following the fermentation period. It gets a little out there. So Fermentation period is 14 days. I should have done like a little graphic on this. 14-day fermentation period, an additional 14 days to get to tier 2, and then to get to tier 3 is an additional 28 days. So that's the path. I think that, what is that? 56 days total from start to level 3. And that's assuming no claims, guys. So it'll take you 56 days to hit level or tier 3, level 3, in order to start claiming your 4 mead a day to go from 2 to 4. All right, so pretty cool system. I like that. So next up, brewery reputation. So this will also tie back to what we talked about with basically not the DAO, since I'm using the wrong word, but the Brewers Guild. So when you're part of that and how that ties in with how many mead you own versus, in this case, your reputation. So what is brewery reputation? So it's a system to incentivize you guys to be better brewers, essentially. I put brewers to be good, but not really good English, huh? All right, so wallets have reputation. That's one aspect we have here. So essentially, your brewery's in your wallet, right? Well, your wallet is now has an associated reputation, and you can have more than one brewery in there, by the way. So all these things affect your reputation. The higher your reputation, and I got a little error there. The higher your reputation, the lower the claim tax. If your reputation's good, you get a lower claim tax. Awesome. We'll see that in a second. Earning reputation is done by several methods. Buying breweries, of course, with mead or USDC or LPs. There's actually different amounts of reputation that you gain based on which one you do. I believe mead's lower, USDC is a little more, and then LPs are more than USDC. So that's the order of flow there. Every day when you're not claiming past your fermentation period, you also gain brewer's reputation. And staking in the LP in the tavern as well, when those staking pools come out, that's also going to be an increase in your brewer reputation. For brewery reputation now for your claim tax, that's the key thing here. And there's that lovely arrow that I messed up there. So you have classes, right? So you're going to be a different class of brewer depending on your reputation level. And here are the classes: novice brewer, brew lord, and brewmaster. And basically from your lowest amount of reputation to your highest, you go from 18% claim tax all the way down to 12%. So pretty significant reduction in your claim tax on your mead. I think that's pretty cool. Again, another sustainability element. They've got them littered everywhere, by the way, guys. So this is not financial advice, but I feel really good about the tavern. If you can't tell, I did all this because I like it and because I want to be invested in it. But they've done a lot to raise the bar on how they're going to handle sustainability for this project. All right. Well, after all this, now probably the question that you guys want to know, because we don't have much longer. I think it's at 2 p.m. East, 7 p.m. UTC, which we're going to see that in a second. But before I hit there, get your stuff ready. I hope this video is out and you guys can see it before launch, because I'm trying my best to get this out. But how do you buy it? You've seen all this, you like it, how are you going to buy it? So PREMINT today, I mentioned that this is like public pre-sale basically. Today, 7 p.m. UTC, which is, I think, so 2 p.m. I'm going to say you only have about 3.5 hours from when I'm doing this right now. Now, from when the video gets on YouTube, I have no idea. Depends on YouTuber people's making the upload go through and get processed. You just don't know. There's going to be 6,000 breweries available today for us, the public. The whitelisters have their own pool, so they won't be fighting us on breweries. All right, now most important part, the pricing, right? So step one, you must have USDC in your wallet on Avalanche. This is on the Avalanche network, okay? C chain, so MetaMask, you can't do the other chain on MetaMask anyways. This is USDC, not USDC.E. That is not the same. That's the Ethereum wrapped USDC. You have to have the USDC on AVAX. Okay. Key point. All right. So there's batches. So these, as soon as batch 1 goes, batch 2 will be available, and then so on. So as soon as they are depleted, those are all sold. It moves to the next. And that price increase goes up $100 for every batch. You can see there's a larger amount in the first batch and a little bit less in the second, and so on. And it just goes, right? So get yourselves ready, get that USDC in your wallet, be ready to go at launch time to slam that purchase button and hit that MetaMask pop-up as fast as you can, or whatever if you're using another wallet type. So be ready. And I think that's going to be it, guys. I hope you guys get a brewery, and maybe I'll have one as well with you guys too. And with that, I think we're done here, guys. So I hope you liked the video. Please, if you could, give me a like and a subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Hit that notification bell, because just like this video, you may have another one coming that you guys want to see quickly so you don't miss out on something. And with that, if you could, watch my other video I have listed up here, and we will see you all next time.